Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephen.
And this is F1 Fanatics. Welcome back to another episode of F1 Fantasy Weekly. We are here for the F1 Fantasy Review, your only place to keep up to date with the F1 Fantasy game, where you get a $100 million budget to pick 5 drivers, 1 constructor to compete against your friends and the world. And also the F1 Fanatics League. But I guess we are the world, so.
We are the world.
But as of last weekend, we will be retiring as F1 Fantasy experts.
We're an embarrassment.
As we currently sit in the F1 Fantasy League. For whatever reason, we both seem to be picking the same team still. So we're doing all right. It's 2 rounds, so it's expected. But we haven't even split strategy. We are both on the soft compound. Where were we? 2, 3, 6?
And the soft compounds didn't last long.
No. Was it 2, 3, 6 or 2, 3, 7?
We're about 10 places from the bottom.
We're 10 places from the bottom. We are being humiliated. But it is a marathon and not a sprint. Though if you pull your hamstring in the first couple of miles of the marathon, it does make you wonder whether you can complete the race.
Just quit. Just quit. But we're not going to quit. We're going to struggle through that pain to keep giving you the stats, the spreadsheets, and apparently our top picks for weekends.
And showing you who will do well. In fairness, didn't we say like the turbo picks were between Perez, Leclerc and Lando?
Yeah.
So Leclerc and Lando were very good. And Perez would have been. In fairness, we've been done dirty by Perez.
We can call him an idiot because he called himself an idiot. He said, I drove like an idiot.
He drove like an idiot. And by being an idiot, he's cost us in fantasy.
Okay, calm down. Let's go on with it.
I trusted in you, Checo! You know what I wore today? I wore a Racing Point top because that's when you won races.
One race. 1A race.
Well, it's one race more than he's done at Red Bull. Just seeing himself into the spinning distance. Dropping it. Not only did he get the stop and go penalty, I'm like, oh, bloody hell. But the red flag, 4th. Wow. Checo, surely could get P2 at worst, P3 here. Hey? So that means podium, great turbo pick, brilliant turbo pick, fantastic. What happens? He drops it, spins into it. Oh my God. Just what? Oh, I can't.
You okay?
Checo, I've been hurt. I expect a formal written. In fairness, that is the wonderful thing about fantasy, though, that, you know, everything can be going well. And that's also what brings excitement to the race, because I would have just gotten in all going, oh, that's a shame for Checo.
Yeah.
Unless I was obviously a Red Bull fan.
I was actually very sad.
Yeah. You know, Stephen was sad regardless.
And then I realised I turboed him as well, and I was even more sad.
Exactly. It just really elevates your feeling in a race. If he'd got this P2, you would have been like, yes, Checo, P2, but fantasy points. As it stands, you're distraught, you're 10 points off bottom in the league, and you're questioning what are your life choices that you're telling people how to play the F1 fantasy game, and you can't even play it yourself. Should we get on with it? It's a review today.
Let's go on with it.
You okay?
Let's go on with it.
Okay, right. I guess we should
start the record.
The screen recording. So now we're going to go woo into a corner wherever. Are we on the right one? In test from there. Right. So yes, we are going to start the screen record now.
Great one for editing. Let's go.
It's a great one.
Should we start off with the spreadsheet or start off with the team?
Oh, the team.
Let's start the spreadsheet because we come on to the team later.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
it
just
works.
Put that aside for the moment. So, the roundup of the Imola driver point scorers. The top 5, Max Verstappen on 44 points. Lewis Hamilton, of the recovery drive so far, 40 points. Lando Norris, best turbo pick of the weekend on 34 points. Charles Leclerc, 28 points. And Carlos Sainz bringing home a solid 23 points. And there's the top 5. Notable absentees, Valtteri Bottas and Checo Perez. Shocking.
Is it over yet?
Lando Norris for the second week in a row is the best turbo pick.
And Haley as well. Lando Nando delivers again.
Yep.
There he is. Lando Nando delivers again. It was Lando Nando in the press conference as well, I believe, this week.
Which questions?
After your excitement of the press conference.
Is Lando, you just turbo Lando every week now?
I think at the moment, like, Portimao is we'll come on to like the hot picks for
How
Portimao
long do you give
next
Checo
week.
to finally come up to speed?
One more race. I'll give him one more race.
But we'll come on to that in our preview next week. On with the rest of the grid. We had, where we are, Daniel Ricciardo, 19 points. Lance Stroll with 18 points. Very good return there. Fernando Alonso, 14 points. Although he had a bad race, 14 points still solid.
Scored points though, didn't he?
Pretty
Scored
terrible
points.
for his
Scored
price.
Points. Scored
Terrible
points.
for his...
Score points. Now, I tell you who is looking good, Lance Stroll. I think Lance Stroll is going to quickly become a good pick.
Cheap pick.
He's got the beating of Vettel, it would have been.
Yes. Yes, although I think Pierre Gasly is still the better option. I think Pierre's cheaper.
But what if you could have both?
And then you've got a pretty terrible team. Because surely you've made a set, you're not using your budget.
We'll talk about McLaren. Bringing in McLaren as a go. We'll talk about this next time. Anyway, right.
Honestly.
He's done well. Just say points.
Kimi Räikkönen. Wait, so Fernando it's the 13-point club. Kimi Räikkönen, Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly all on 13 points. Then we had Mick Schumacher, Mr. Consistent, 11 points again. He loves that point total. We have Antonio Giovinazzi on 8 points. Yuki Tsunoda on 6 points. Nikita Mazepin finishes the race and gets 6 points. The 6-point club there. Then we had Checo Perez on 5 points. Sebastian Vettel on 1 point. Valtteri Bottas -9. George Russell -11. And Nicholas Latifi -13.
George! No! And fun fact about Mick Schumacher, as you can see by the spreadsheet, he's the only driver to score exactly the same points in week 1 to week 2 as it stands. How long can this streak go? Find out next 2 weeks' time.
So he basically just needs to keep having 3 cars retire and beat Mazepin.
Yes.
And then he keeps getting 11.
There you go. We want to see how long the Mick Schumacher streak can last.
Like you mentioned, Lance Stroll was very solid there. Gasly was a bit of a disappointing return there. Never really got into the race, although came P7 in the end. But
I would say Yuki Tsunoda disappointing.
Yes, although he is still very cheapish. Although,
well, no, on the way that his price is going,
9 million now.
Giovinazzi is looking at much.
There's 2 points difference.
Yeah, but you just think of that budget might free it up.
No, what you should be going is Yuki. But if you look at Mick Schumacher,
11 makes 22.
That's a 4 million price. But yeah, I guess Yuki's disappointment. Then obviously you have Checo, Bottas there.
Yeah. Across the 2 races, Mick Schumacher has scored more points, the same amount of points as Yuki Tsunoda. Very fascinating.
Let's look at the teams.
Look at the teams. Run through.
McLaren on top with no race streaks or quali streaks. But you know what? They've got them next week. But they came top without those streaks with 48 points. Ferrari got 46 points. Red Bull 44 points. Mercedes 36. And AlphaTauri 23, and you can see the rest. Alpine 22, Alfa Romeo 16, Aston Martin 14, Haas 12, and Williams 4 with that double retirement. Obviously, Red Bull and Mercedes massively suffering from basically having one car finish.
But McLaren and Ferrari doing well to stay up there. And they're not losing too much on a deficit of points at the moment.
McLaren are looking very good.
Definitely for Portimao, we'll get those in the hot picks.
They both massively benefited off Checo's errors and Bottas's no-show at Imola.
Yes, well, we already said that we think Red Bull were the constructor pick for the year.
Yeah.
And from there. So I guess now we have to see how we did. So 138 race points. Russell, that retirement, was looking on for championship points. That's hurt us. But also this man. This Mexican driver. Looks like Stephen was let down by Mexicans twice.
Oh, why did you have to bring up the other one as well?
That hurts. In fairness, Pato wasn't his fault. Perez, on the other hand. I'll have to go from there, but great. So I guess the next section is we are kind of let's go to Portimao. That's why I brought Charles Leclerc in, because he's going to go up again. So it's managing the market again. Leclerc looks like he's going up. Russell looks like he's going to go up. So's Norris. Norris looks like he's becoming one of those must picks.
You know what? I made a mistake in the sheets I just noticed. Gasly got 17 points. Because, obviously, he was above... Lance Stroll got penalised? Yes, Lance Stroll got penalised.
All right, fair enough. Well,
so the points may have actually changed in between me updating the spreadsheet and...
Yuki Tsunoda is now not on for any streaks. He's lost his streaks after the weekend. And he looks very stagnant. George Russell definitely looks like the guy you want to be getting in for making money this time out. I'm glad that I've got Charles Leclerc in, as he looks like the guy who's just going to continue to rise and rise. But yeah, you don't have to worry about streaks at this current moment.
I'd say if you haven't got Lando's price, I would say is going to be the biggest increase, especially after his podium.
Yep. And then Red Bull have already gone up one, Ferrari have gone up one, McLaren are staying stagnant, but as you can see here, they're on qualifying race streaks, but we'll talk about that when we get to Portimao. So they're definitely going to be one to look out for. But yeah, that's enough depressing looking at. That's the market from there. We had a question actually from, as we go into the leagues, from Aman Chikani. I hope I said that right. Is there a way to know the value of other teams in a league? It would be some help to gain some insights. Thanks. Well, as we go through our top 5 in the league, we will go on to that for you. As always, in the early stages, they are kind of mixed in and construed by people using their Mega Drivers, aren't they?
Yep.
So, but we will go through the top 5. Are you going to do like last week, the kind of non-Mega Driver top 5, or are you just going to do the Mega Driver top 5?
We'll do the top 5 and then we'll look at the highest placed non-Mega Driver user.
Let's not focus on the rank number there. Okay, so again, it's the top 5 is... there's 2 joint top 4. But Stephen, start off with the first team.
Roger Team 1. Max Verstappen, Turbo Lando, Checo Perez, Mick Schumacher, Pierre Gasly, and Red Bull. Bam. Got the right turbo, so you didn't really get affected by the poor Checo performance.
And also picked the right, had the same team as us, apart from had Mick instead of Russell.
George.
That's a 22-point swing right there.
Yeah. Mega.
Which is big in these early stages. And here, for your question, Aman, as you see, hopefully you can see on screen the total value at the bottom below the team. You've got rank in the league for points, how many they've scored, and you've got the values there. So you can see that Raja has made 0.6 million since the first, since Fantasy opened, shall we say. Next one up is Akil Team 1, Akil Y. Perez, as well, not affected. Same team as before, makes sense. And again, 100.6 million gains. So quite easy to go on there. So congratulations for you two making the top 5, although you're kind of like, they're 5th and 4th, but both 4th because they got the same score. Next one up, Steven.
We've got the Batsy Hyper Team 1 with Mega Driver Lewis, Turbo Lando, Lance Stroll, Pierre Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda, McLaren. Bam.
Now that's a really interesting tip because they've gambled on McLaren and it's massively came off.
Yeah.
The Mega Driver hasn't quite come off with Lewis. So they will definitely suffer on points later on if other Mega Drivers are better. Like week 1 Turbo was, Mega Driver Lewis was better, wasn't it? By, not many points, but by about 15 points. Would have been 135. Yeah. So only 15 points. I haven't missed out too much on it.
But he gets in the top 5 in the F1 Fantasy League.
Exactly. The F1 Fantasy League. Stroll.
Or the F1 Fanatics 3.0.
Gone early with Stroll, but that is a good pick. Tsunoda is the one letting the team down, surprisingly. Going double AlphaTauri, I do think there's a risk. I definitely wouldn't ever go double AlphaTauri, I think, at the moment. I don't think we've seen enough from them to go double that. But yeah, turning Lando was good.
Imola, going into Imola, because Imola is one of their test tracks. So you would have thought Imola would have been very strong for them, but neither of them had a strategy, screwed Gasly, and then Yuki spun on his own accord.
Yeah, Yuki struggled in challenging conditions.
Yeah.
From that aspect.
But for it, I can kind of see the gamble. I think you missed one.
I don't know.
Oh, did we have a joint second? Oh, we had a joint second.
Okay, what? This is first? Joint first, I think it is.
Oh, maybe I was reading the numbers wrong. Anyway, we have got... Wait, you check... Okay. Lewis is joint 2.
Yeah, but it's weird. It says he's first.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I'm not sure what that rank means. Auto Coito Mega Racing Turbo Boost Team. Lando Norris, Pierre Gasly, Turbo Leclerc, Mega Driver Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, Team McLaren. Nice. Double Ferrari paid off very well.
That was, a great team and a great pick for Imola. And that's what I really like about Fantasy this year, that you can get the 3 substitutions, because I think we are going to see a lot of things, because, going double Ferrari, when we've got that actually has paid off really well.
Yeah.
Like I said, like you said, double AlphaTauri, well, everyone was expecting that maybe to go and work out. Well, they comfortably outscored both of them. And I think probably the best double pick for a team to have across the weekend. Because Ricciardo...
Yes.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Actually, probably McLaren is with Ricciardo, just because of the pure fact, because they won the Constructors and Lando Norris scored 34 points. And so it makes sense on that.
Yeah.
But definitely the kind of average, they were very close. Sainz actually under the radar had quite a good race, I would say.
Yeah. You know what? I think that's the number 1 rank for this game week.
Wow. Okay.
I think that's what the rank means.
Nice. Okay, but...
number 1 in the league.
Yeah, because number 2 ranked overall there. 310. 310 points. Absolutely mega that was. Really impressive from there. But you can also see people's sub-banks for free, how they're manipulating the market. Hindered by the Russell. Red Bull, Gasly, Leclerc, Turbo Norris, Mega Max.
Mega Max.
Pretty solid. And 0.7 million grown from there. So, we you know what, Stephen? We do have that going on our favour. So that is the top teams. We have that. We'll look at our... Look, we've got 1.8 mil.
Yay!
Increased in budget here. And it's going to go up to 2 mil. Look, so we're the richest worst team.
Yeah, we're going to take that 2 million and enjoy ourselves.
We're going to do what the football club's do, and we're going to buy our way into
We're going to do a breakaway league.
We're going to break away the F1 Fanatics League that only me and you were entered.
Yes.
And as we got the same team, we both win.
Always win.
So, there you go. Stuff you guys. And that's the only team we'll cover on F1
It's going to be
Fantasy.
the F1 Fanatics Super League. Okay, let's see. The highest ranked non-Mega Driver user, very strong in number 28 in the league. Gasly. It's the same one. Luke. Max Verstappen, Pierre Gasly, Charles Leclerc, George Russell, Turbo Norris, Red Bull, obviously getting the right turbo pick, paying off big time.
And sticking with Charles Leclerc in the race rather than getting Perez back in.
Yeah.
Very smart as well. Although I presume he's just played the wild card for this week going, not previously played it, because otherwise that would have been a fairly waste of a wild card and hasn't made much budget. But yeah, that was what I would assume. But yeah, well done.
There we go. Nice going, Luke.
Nice going, Luke. And I think that's it. We've covered everything other than our depressing team.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. You just watch us, guys. Remember, marathon, not a sprint, and we've taped up that hamstring.
Yes.
We've taken cortisol injections. I think that's what kind of gets pain relief, what athletes are injected with when they're like playing with an injury to go from there. So we've got those, and we're just going to get through it.
Yes.
We do not condone performance-enhancing drugs.
Yes.
I don't know how you performance-enhanced drugs on that. I'll stop this line of inquiry. I'm going to stop it. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen recording because we're done. We're done with that. We've
Get
stopped.
out of here.
We've stopped. That's it. That's it for F1 Fantasy. What a crazy show we've had.
Yeah. It was always going to be a difficult one for us because of George and Checo and Bottas.
Okay. Well, I don't know why you're still here. Stop watching people in pain. It's unbelievable. I mean,
we'll be back next week. We'll be revitalised, ready to preview the Portimao Grand Prix.
We would have made 5 million by that time and be rolling away. Money.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we're done.
Yep.
We're off.
Thanks for watching.
Guys, cheers. Thanks for watching. Remember, let us know all your questions, like Aman sent in for that. We can certainly go through those things as you go along. We'll be back next week, obviously, assess how the market's gone, give our Portimao picks, in 2 weeks' time, we'll be going to Portimao, Portugal.
Nice.
Or if you're a meerkat, Portimao.
Nice.
Well, I don't know. Depends if the mayonnaise is nice.
It's nice.
It's nice. So, if you're new around here, or haven't done so already, and want some completely random off-thought topics or emotional meltdowns when we don't do an F1 Fantasy, what can they do, Stephen?
They can like, subscribe, and ding that bell.
Ding it! So for now, you F1 fans, keep racing!